college ball at Oregon State, and Jerami was born here. So fun little homecoming for us. We're excited about this offseason. It comes in stages. We made the Jerami trade. We had a draft that we were really optimistic about, and then free agency has gone really well, accumulated with, retaining both Anfernee and Nurk and Drew. So these guys are all very excited to be a part of this team, and we're super excited as an organization about them as people, as talents, and as guys who play the brand of basketball that we want to play. So with that, I'll pass it to Chauncey.
Good morning, everybody. Obviously, this is like a really exciting day for us. Y'all all know it was a tough year for us last year. The positives that came out of it is, one, we were able to, develop Ant and let him become the player that he's become. He's playing at all-time level, and his confidence is incredible. So there was some positives that came out of it, but it was tough. It was a rough year, especially for me, first-time head coach, very competitive guy. All I care about is really winning, and doing it with good people. And so as Joe and I obviously started to talk about constructing the team, it becomes about the type of people and players that I value, and that he values, and that we want to do it with. And for me, it's just a few things. I love, just high-character guys, high-character people, winning character, competitiveness. I'm very competitive, so I love players that are really competitive, versatile, and just kind of understand who they are. And you look at what we've now been able to do with obviously getting Nurk back, who I felt like, again, before, his injury, was playing at an incredible level. It's tough to guard down there. He made everybody better, guarded our rim, did a good job in pick and roll. We asked a lot of him. So I was happy to see that, and then he goes down and you open up an opportunity for Drew. And I thought Drew came here and earned it, really kind of fresh off the couch, from his San Antonio experience, and he came in, started right away, and I thought did a really good job for us. So we're happy to have him back. You think about us adding GP2. He's just my kind of guy. He's just a Swiss Army knife. Proved, his value and his worth all year long. He's done something that a lot of people never do in this league. And I'm not just talking about winning a championship. I'm talking about he grinded all the way up. A guy that was on the minimum for a long time and fighting to get in the league, has proved to be a very, very valuable asset. We're happy to have him. And then Jerami, he's something that we need. The versatility that he has, the length. He can play both sides of the ball. He loves to play both sides of the ball. He's a guy that can score 17, 18 without calling a play with his activity. Can take advantage of mismatches. So I just love what we're going to be able to do this year with our team. So I'm really, really excited. I'm really happy. We all are. So I guess y'all can ask any questions y'all need.
First of all, I feel like I'm at an all-you-can-interview buffet. So but let's start with Jerami. Your name has been linked to the Blazers for a long time. Fans have been talking about you. Media's been talking about you. At what point did you feel like coming to Portland could be a possibility? And what was your relationship building like with Dame last summer? And did that have an influence on maybe you wanting to come here? I mean, I know it was a trade, but it seemed like you definitely wanted to come here.
How long was that question? Got everything you said.
I got used to him.
Right.
Got used to him.
I definitely thought it was a possibility early on. Me and Dame, we got closer at USA and things like that. But I definitely thought it was a possibility. Happy to be here. Happy to be a part of this growing organization. So I don't really know what else you asked.
Thanks, Johnson. To follow that up, how do you think you fit in here with this team, and what has Chauncey talked to you about in terms of how he sees you playing with this group?
I think it's a good fit. I think it's a great fit for me. Just to be able to come in here and kind of gel with the players and everything. I haven't got a chance to play with everybody yet, but we'll figure all that out.
Yeah, Jeremy, saw the post that the Blazers put out, pictures from your mom. What are your early memories about Portland, and how special is it to have it all come together and be able to come here?
I don't have too many memories. I was only 2 before I left, but no, definitely excited to come back here and play for where I was born at. So.
And Nurk, similar question. Your post, home is where the heart is. What does it mean to you to be able to re-sign, be here in Portland for the years to come?
Obviously, it's the best when both sides are happiest. So I think when I, going into free agency, I know that I want to be here, and same with Chauncey coming in, and relation that we had before, and just build on, and obviously Joe when we took over, I think I understand that there was really high chance in coming back. So that was probably the happiest thing to happen, to be able to stick in one spot for such a long period of time, and I don't take those things for granted. So I'm really, for me, it's home. No matter, even if it didn't happen, Portland's a special place for me for sure.
Nurk, we've all seen the picture you put on social media talking to Jerami. So, how excited are you to have him here on the Blazers?
Bring your ass to Portland, straight up. And no, but seriously, I think the player he is, and what he's able to do on the court, and obviously I know some people around him too, and I play with some ex-teammates too, so I know he's a special guy too. So like Chauncey said, it's a both sides, not just the court, but off the court too. So we're really happy to have him, and I think I'm excited those labs too. I'm gonna test it. So.
Talk to the new addition here, Gary. Coach Chauncey talked about your long trek to this point. Obviously, you had great success with the Warriors, but now you've got a big payday to go with it. Can you just talk a little bit about the grind you went through? Because it seemed like it obviously took a long time for you to make it.
Yeah, just trying to weather the storm. Just wake up every day, one foot after another. May win some of those battles, may lose, but I got to get up and do it all over again. So, just to get to this point, after everything has just been a blessing, and I'm excited to be here, be with Coach Chauncey and these guys right here, and see what we can do. It's gonna be fun and exciting.
You perfectly fit the profile of what Chauncey has talked about his entire time here in terms of the grit and defensive mindedness. Can you talk a little bit about how you see your role fitting in with this team, given that there are several guards who are going to play a lot as well?
Yeah, basically whatever you need. I can do anything you need, set screens, rebound, defend, whatever you need. So whatever he needs, whatever he comes up with the game plan, I think I'm going to fit in and be able to do it, without a problem.
For Gary and Drew, to have you guys sitting next to each other, how cool is it to have this Oregon State connection, and now you guys be on the same team here in Portland?
Yeah, it's really cool, especially coming back to Portland, being in Oregon and everything. And it's, I saw him yesterday, and it was like we never even left, like we just together. And yeah, we did something special in Corvallis when we went back to the tournament for the first time in a long time, and trying to do something special here. So I'm excited.
Same question for you.
Like I said, I haven't seen him for a while, but like you said, when we seen each other, it's like we never left. It's nice to have a Beaver, next to me and, in the organization. So it's going to be fun and exciting. Hopefully we can get back to throwing lobs to each other. So I'm excited.
Gary, how far back does your relationship with Dame go? Because I know your dad was a big mentor of his for a long time.
Yeah, when I was in JUCO, I really didn't, know too much about Dame's game. And my dad was like, I'm going to go down there to Weber, check out this kid named Dame Lillard from Oakland. So I was like, all right. And then after that, Dame became who he was. And from that moment, I've seen him in the summer, worked out with him, and just built a relationship from there. And it's been great since then, and I'm excited to get on the same court as him.
Oh, sorry. Gary, I mean, obviously you're coming off a title with the Warriors. I mean, can you talk about what that experience was like and what you can kind of bring to this team?
That was just, incredible run just from the beginning of the season, just fighting my way on that team and, everything that came out of that. It's been great learning experience, just to bring everything I learned over there and, try to apply it here and, build this team chemistry. I think that's going to be probably one of the biggest pieces, just building team chemistry on and off the court, like Coach said, and, just bring the culture here, try to bring the culture here and win games.
Anfernee, obviously the last 6 months for you have been shown a meteoric rise, and now you've been rewarded. But what does it mean to you to know that the franchise has that much faith in you? But with that comes a lot of pressure to live up to that and help this franchise move forward.
Yeah, of course. It's just a blessing to have an organization believe in me like this. And, Joe's been there from the beginning, seeing, what I've been through and see all the work I put in to get to this point. So even Nurkić too as well. So I think, just a blessing to, be in this organization for the long run. And, I can't wait, just, in terms of, pressure, I don't think, I think, last year was as much pressure as it's going to get. So I think, now I can just go out there and play free and, play to win, with my teammates and, do everything it takes to win. So I can't wait till this year.
When I talked to you in Memphis, we talked about your Be a Light Foundation, and I talked to your mom about that as well. And you talked about how you really wanted to expand that in Portland and really leave a footprint in here and have the same type of impact Damian has had. Can you talk a little bit about that?
No, I think, obviously this year, knowing that, I'm being here in Portland for a while, I think I can touch, a lot more people in Portland and expand here. So I think, this year will be fun for me to, get in touch with the community a lot more and, reach different people in the community. So, impacting each other's lives and impacting, the youth's lives.
Joe, when you talked to us on draft night, you said that you didn't think that this roster was good enough and that you needed to do more. Now, with all these additions that you've made, do you feel like now this roster is good enough and this is going to be kind of what it's going to be going into camp, or are there still more moves you're trying to make?
I think we're very content with what we've accomplished thus far, and I think we've built a team that others will be nervous playing. We have a team that's going to compete, that's going to be, very difficult to beat, and that has the potential to win a lot of ball games. At the same time, we're still striving to get better, and we're not content into the regard where we're just, this is our team and we're going to, run it out there. We want to continually look for opportunities. We want to be aggressive in the, in the trade markets and, any other opportunities where we can improve. But at the same time, I think we have a really, really solid core that we want to grow with.
I would like Ant and Nurk to talk a little bit about the additions of Jerami and Gary since you've played against them. Like, what do you think they're going to bring to the team?
Obviously with Jerami, multi-positional player, very versatile on both ends of the floor. I think he brings something that, I think we haven't had. And, somebody that can guard 1 through 5 and, play on offense 1 through 5 as well. So I think, just having him here is going to be great for us. It's something that we never had. With GP, he kind of explained like a Swiss Army knife. He kind of do everything on the floor. If you need him to do the dirty work, he will. If you need to do anything on the court, I think, he will help us out as well. Something that, I feel like we haven't had as well. So I think both additions will help us tremendously on both ends of the floor.
I think it's just be special playing with Chauncey and system too. I think with the coaches, coaching staff, Roy, and everybody on, it just like that's what's different for me. Like, I think it will be more fun when you actually see what they're trying to do and what you're playing for. Obviously, we know what they can do, and originally I thought the G gonna be my backup. But it just, I think what they, versatile to do everything is just, amazing. The give chance ability to do whatever he wants, basically. Go super small, small or big, and just amazing tools to have. I'm super excited to play with them. Obviously I think play a little bit with G before. So I know him before too. So, but Jerami just starting forward, man. Just we can put him in playmaker too a little bit.
Gary, you've kind of been known as a grinder throughout your career, even at Oregon State. What drives you?
It's a great question. It's a great question. I've already put too much work in it. It's just like to get to this point. It's just took so much just sweat, blood, and tears. It's just like there's no point to give up now. So just get up, one leg after another, and just keep going. Just keep fighting. Just trying to get better, trying to just become the best person I can each day. So just get up and one foot after another.
Chauncey, Nurk was talking about this system and whatnot. What can you do differently adding guys, Jerami and Gary, to the mix now? What can you do differently from your perspective?
A lot. I mean, you obviously add so much versatility to the team. We could play with a bigger lineup. We could play small. We'll be able to play small. I think a lot of times as you watch the playoffs all year, like you got to have a small ball lineup that can close games at times. You got to have a big lineup that can close games at times. You just never know the type of adjustments that you have to make. So just the possibility of having all of those things to me is so much fun. It's exciting, but so much versatility, that we'll have on the floor. We got scoring, we got defense, we got we got it all. We can play, certain times. Obviously, we'll play most of the time through Dame. Ant has ascended in a way that, you can play through him a lot, but just to have Nurk down there, you can play through him and let him facilitate, let him score, and then now having a guy like Jerami, who, like Ant said, we haven't had that, and we need that, and every team needs a guy like that where you can throw him the ball, but he's been a really good player in this league of not being the number one guy, where he just kind of feeds and eats off of everything, and can switch everything defensively. And I just see putting him in a pick and roll with Dame or Ant and them switching that and having a small guy on him. I mean, you can just let him go to work, So it's just so many things that we can do. And then having GP, you can put him anywhere, have him guard anybody. He's gotten to a point where even on the offensive end, he shot the three so much better than people even think. But not only that, just his slashing, his cutting, him playing in the dunker sometimes, him just being effective. He's found a way to be effective no matter what. Honestly, you look at what he did this year. That Warrior team it's been a dynasty, and in 1 year he finds a way to not only get off the mat, but get into the rotation. And then before he got hurt, that Memphis, he's starting in a playoff series for them. So you talk about the trust that Steve, was able to gain in him in no time. Those are just the type of guys that you need on the team, So much versatility, so many options. I'm just happy. I'm happy about that for sure.
This one's for Jerami. You are just coming from a situation in Detroit where you were a lot more like the featured guy and the first option on offense. Are you kind of ready, or how are you feeling about kind of going, with this still being like Dame, being the guy here? How are you kind of feeling about going back to maybe something closer to what you were in Denver as far as like what your role is going to be and being like the number one featured guy or any of that? Like, how are you feeling about that?
Well, for my first 6 years in the league, I wasn't that guy. So I'm excited about coming here and getting some wins. So I'm sorry.
this is for Joe. The last few days, a lot of fans have been talking about that there's a ton of guards on this team, and you drafted a guard. I'm wondering, did you need more size, and do you feel you need more size? Are you not done? Are you going to acquire another big guy, or you feel good with this group?
You know, the way we've turned this roster over, we've been looking for specific types of player regardless of their height. You know, we're looking for, like I said earlier, number one, the person, number two, the mentality, and of course, always the talent. So I think in this early stage of this, you know, retool that we did, we weren't as focused on, you know, positions as much as let's get the best players and people and mentalities as possible. So, you know, the roster is probably not perfect as far as a distribution, you know, setup as of now, but we'll continue to, you know, tinker with that and look for opportunities. But at the same time, you know, we're going to evaluate our team too and, you know, be patient and let them grow together. And, you know, if we need to make small changes, we will. But I don't think we're by any means worried about lack of size. We care more about heart and who plays big.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys.